Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Kathy, and it is February 23rd. I say this almost every time lately. I can't believe how fast time is going. I feel like we blinked and it was Christmas Eve yesterday. Things are happening quickly and things are changing quickly, not only on the planet, things are happening in a really good way. It is because things are being revealed. I'm a United States citizen saying, what is going on in my country? I'm starting to discover that the more that those in President Trump's administration makes these little what do they call them? Executive orders and stuff like that, that we're coming to know a lot of different things. Sometimes they're having to backtrack on it, and it's almost revealing certain things that maybe we just need to look more and be more. And then I do my own spiritual work. I was listening to an app. It's called Hollow app. It's a Catholic thing. And today, part of what I was listening to was on surrender, which is about the first ray. We're going to see what happens because Amma told me that she's going to talk a little bit about surrender in the first ray today. But first, let us go. Heart source. And those of you new to Amma's work, put your hand on the center of your chest, which is your heart chakra. Focus on the center of your chest. Imagine you're going below your hand, and there is this wonderful vortex of energy. I like to see myself as being small that can walk right into that vortex of energy. There you go. Amma said, ask to see the energy. Notice how the golden energy is all contained within the physical heart and the heart chakra and spreads throughout your body. Just notice that. This isn't part of the heart source, by the way. Okay, now go around to the back of you, move into the back of your heart chakra, one of my favorite places to be. Just go as deep as you can. That's good. As deep as you can into the back of your heart chakra. And it'll be like you're walking down a hallway, an alleyway, a tunnel, and it may seem kind of narrow when you step into your sacred space and go deep within the sacred space. There you go. And I'm feeling a difference in the energy since I've kind of activated my awareness of the golden structure in my heart and then moving into my sacred space. It's really pretty cool. Move your attention to the front of your third eye and feel yourself go deep in your third eye. For this one, this isn't part of the heart source. You're just learning other things. In the front of the third eye, go all the way to the back, and the violet flame is there. And we are going to activate the violet flame in just a moment, but it is there. Now move to the back and go into the back of the third eye. There you go. Mama just told me there is another structure in the back of your third eye, but let's not add too much at one time. We'll learn that at another point. Now, beam of energy from your heart to your third eye. Feel that connection. I still feel, after all this time, an electrical charge when the two come together. Now send it straight up to the center of the universe, holding it there, and now move straight down to the center of the earth. And as Amma says, you are now grounded above and below, above in the fifth dimension, below in the third dimension, which is where we are, but you're in the below within the earth. And now, those of you who already have Michael's sword, just state, I am the sword. Those of you who don't have Archangel Michael's sword, you're in for a treat. Ask Archangel Michael to be with you. He's already there. He's just waiting for your awareness and your yes to what he has to offer you, because you can always deny it. If you're ready for his sword, place out, palm up, your dominant hand. Ask Archangel Michael for your sword, for his sword. Even now, every time I do this, I feel it in the palm of my hand, the hilt, not the blade. And once you feel it, just put your hand, those of you who can see me on the video, you're seeing my hand, that's the sword right in there. And I now hold it up at my heart. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I appreciate that. And now I'm placing the sword within my heart chakra, and the energy of the sword will spread throughout your energy field. Good. So now you are a transformer of energy, a transmuter of energy, because I am the sword. And anytime you want to activate it, I am the sword. You can activate anything around you. You cannot cause anything with anybody else. It's only used for good. And the last thing, violet flame, activate around every layer of my aura. This first 7 layers. Amma's telling me to hurry up. I'm running behind. Every layer of the aura, just go ahead and activate that. There you go. There you go. Now, our healing lecture room, which is an adaptation that I made from a structure that's found in the Melchizedek method for any of you that took that. There is around all of us who ever see this video, those live, those who watch it later, the floor of light below us, a canopy of light above us. There are pillars of light in each corner. Now there are angels taking their place, forming the perimeter of the healing lecture room from pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar and back to the first pillar. Notice what changes in the energy, and we are all gathered there. And in the center is the central pillar in which all manner of beings are coming in to be with us. Some of them know exactly what we're doing and they come to give support. Others have heard about what they're doing and they're coming to give support. Those of you who are clairvoyant or claircognizant, I'm not clairvoyant, by the way, I'm claircognizant. I know, being claircognizant, that Jesus, whom I like to call Yeshua, that's his Aramaic name, and the Buddha come walking in together, laughing, enjoying each other, greeting everyone that they see. And I'm seeing Kuan Yin, I am seeing White Buffalo Calf Woman, Mother Mary, Mary of Magdala. I see Veronica, who washed Jesus's face when he was carrying the cross. For those of you who don't know, I was a Catholic sister for 20 years. And just within the last year, I've started enjoying myself going back to Mass and things like that. So it's fascinating how life changes, and I'm still doing everything else but am asked to expand and see what all was really behind the mysticism of the Catholic Church. There we go. In the Catholic Church, we call him St. Jude, and we always say he's the patron saint of hopeless cases, and he is saying there are no hopeless cases, and he says, I'm the patron saint of non-hopeless cases, although it may not turn out exactly as we want it, right? Good. And now here come in all the Chohans of the first 12 rays. And then steps out in front is Hilarion, the Chohan of the 5th ray, the green ray of healing, because he's going to lead our healing ceremony. Yeshua is coming to join him, as is Archangel Raphael. We're going to do a fairly quick healing thing. Invite to be with you on that soul level whomever you wish to invite for healing. For instance, I'd invite my sister, a client that just started chemo, my brother who is at the end of his life, my father at the end of his life. It looks like some people have left their bodies but not yet gone to the other side from Gaza. And I got a message to invite those who need support from people like us and how to stay in our heart. There you go. And now you are invited by Hilarion to take your place for healing in the jade green chair of healing and just sit down. And there is coming over each one of us this wonderful sphere. Those of you who can see what I'm holding up, it's what I'm wearing. It's a representation of the hologram of love. The hologram of love is in a sphere. And that is coming over each one of you. And it is being designated also to come over each one of the people that you have invited to be with you. And this is interesting. And Hilarion is saying that you can do this same thing at any time if you want like a quick healing. So one of the ways to do a quick healing is just ask your chakras to spin as fast as they can so that and you keep breathing in wonderful energy so that the chakras can release congestion. In this case, it's another way to release congestion. Ask your healing team to assist you in feeling around you the hologram of love. And this is fun. I hadn't seen this before. The hologram of love, like I said, is going around each one of you. And you, because you have invited these other souls in, are at the center where all the others, the souls you've invited to be with you, are gathered around you. Some of these souls have bodies that have died, and some of these souls are people that are very much in the bodies. And just state hologram of love. Spin at the exact vibration of love needed for each person that is here. That means it can be separate for you than it is from a family member, a friend, or somebody that you have communicated with on the other side. Breathe in deeply but gently. Energy from above and below. Bring it to your heart and let it go outward. And as you allow it to go outward, it will feed the hologram of love. And the energy you're bringing in will feed more energy into your hologram of love. And because you have invited it in for other people, you're the center between them. And that love energy goes out from you to them from a connection from your heart. This is pretty cool. Just say spin at the exact vibration needed for myself and each person in my healing group. Hold that for a minute. And this is always a nice little surprise, but I'm being directed by my healing guides. We're going to do some encodement work. So you can do the encodement work for yourself. On a soul level, you can ask the people you're working with. Tell them you're going to do encodement work. If they wish to accept it, they can. If they don't wish to accept it, that's fine. With that energy of the hologram of love circulating around, ask your healing team and the healing teams of those who wish to accept this, please remove all artificial encodements, which are ready to be let go right now. You can even set an intention. Please remove all artificial encodements which are contributing to my confusion. Please remove all artificial encodements which are contributing to my literal pain in the neck. And again, please repair damaged and altered natural encodements. And I'm being told by one of my healing guides that as those souls who are gathered around you, whether their body is still on this planet or whether it is not, and you're helping to bring them back to wholeness, which means to go home, is that as they see what happens to you, their vibration will rise as they go, oh, I do want that. Look at that, because they see us on a different level. And we thank you for that. Encodement team, we ask you to activate any inactive natural encodements or to create and activate them if that is what is needed, the encodements that I need to stay and act within my truth, to listen to what I am being told by my guides, and to follow through with the actions. Interesting. I feel all this stuff happening in my second chakra, which is about power over the outside world. There you go. There you go. So thank Hilarion and all of your healing team. And thank the souls that were willing to work with you, to actually allow you to guide them. You being a facilitator of healing in this. And all of the intentions that you've had in coming to this ceremony with for anybody here are addressed in this simple process. And now Amma's getting ready to come in. For yourself, one of the things you can encodement wise, you can stay in the green jade chair of healing if you wish, but reorient yourself to listening. And you can say, please activate all encodements needed for me to hear what Amma is saying and to hear between the lines. And Amma's laughing and she says, if you listen to her message again, it may be something very different than what you thought you heard, because a message may come through you, to you, that is very different than what you heard. It can change because it's specific to you and what it is that you need. So now if you would send a beam of energy from your heart to the central pillar and send a beam of energy to my heart, I would appreciate the support. And the next one you hear will be Amma, the Divine Mother. Well, dear ones, how wonderful to be here with you in this way. I am always with you, but it is so much fun to be here with you being consciously aware of my being here with you, that you are generating so much amazing love energy that geometrically expands because you are all focused on the words and on the healing. And it doesn't matter when in time you are listening to this or where in space you are listening to this, because there is no time. Well, I'm going to change that just a little bit. There is always the time of love. It is always here. This one, as she was doing her meditation and prayer this morning, listens to this little app, and they were talking about surrender. And at about that same time that she was talking about surrender, a member of this group happened to call just to offer appreciation of what happens in these Sunday ceremonies. Thank you for following that impulse. All humans need affirmation. Think of the many other channels who bring in information. The message that is going to be coming in is about surrender and the first ray, which is accepting the will of God as it is. It's a very fascinating time within your life, within the life of your planet. It is one that has been planned for eons. Some people may ask, why were we told that things would change in 2012? Why were we told that things would get better? You were told things that we believed you were ready for. The interpretation may not have been what you wanted, but you may not have been able to handle what the truth was about what is happening. Things did change. And you may say, but they got worse. That is change, isn't it? But it is not worse. It is not worse. Any of you who have done weaving, and you look at whether it's a rug or it is a blanket or even quilts, if you look at the opposite side of the top part of the quilt, it looks like a mess. But when you look at the other side, you see the beauty and the images of what is happening. What is happening now up on this planet in many different countries. And those of you who are in the United States and those of you bound the United States, as in Canada and Mexico, may wonder what is happening, because it does not seem in many ways like the same country. The progress of law is different, isn't it? It was needed and is needed for radical change, and that occurs when truth, and I'm speaking of small t here, truth from other people, what they believe is truth, starts coming out, and chaos results. So when you have the United States president making certain proclamations, certain directions in a short period of time, and chaos seeming to assume, people losing jobs, people being forced out of the country, people in all kinds of ways being affected. And what comes out? Truth, the truth of what is happening in your country, in your government is coming out. That which was hidden is no longer hidden. You will find that even those that you thought you agreed with were hiding things. You will find that friends and family were hiding things that you didn't agree with. You will find that you were hiding things that you don't agree with. And then you will look and come to yourself and examine, what is it that you are called to do? And this is what is happening at this time within not just the country of the United States, but all over the world. All over the world. When you have coming into power, no matter where it is in the world, in your business or in your family, and discovering that there are people who believe differently than you, then you have to examine yourself. You have to examine where your truth is, capital T in this case. Where is the truth? If you believe in kindness, you believe in the acceptance of people as they are, even if you do not agree with what they are doing, how are you kind to them? That's an interesting question, isn't it? Even those who are not kind to others in the way that you believe kindness should occur. How do you handle that? Everyone will do it in their own way. Those of you who do your meditation, those of you who do your self-examination of, is this what I am called to do? Is this who I am called to be? You will be changing yourself. And now let's go to what surrender is. When we talk about surrender in this way, we are not talking about surrendering who you are. We are not talking about, oh, you've been in a battle and you're putting up the white flag and you're just going to crawl underneath the deepest hole you can find. That is not the surrender we are talking about. We are talking about the surrender of the first ray of God, which is God's will. The difficulty comes in that you don't truly know what God's will is. You will be able to discover what your truth is and where you fit into what is happening. But you may say, what is happening now could not possibly be God's will. What is happening now is the result of human decisions. The Creator does not intend for people to suffer. It was the intention of the Creator to assist people in creating. The problem is that humanity made a decision to not create within the standpoint of love. And I'm not talking about everybody, but everybody does this at some time. You do not create from love. You create from the desire for power. Power over people. Power in getting what it is you want. And you may not even realize that that is your desire. When you attempt to get someone to be who you want them to be, that is attempting to create them in your image, not in the image of the Creator, the one of love. These words are to look deeply within yourself and to spend time meditating upon them to decide how it is that you are to act in this way. Who is it that it is appropriate for you to confront, for instance? When you do that, you are being a creator. The question is that the creating that you are called to do? You are called to take care of yourself. You are called to take care of those within your realm of caring for, those of you who are parents and grandparents. But there are times that you stop trying to mold someone, I'm speaking of a child, into what you believe they should be, as in when they have left the nest and gone out to other things. You accept them as they are. But yes, you confront them if they are not being respectful of you, as they may confront you if you are not being respectful of them. There is so much happening right now that it seems chaotic. It is chaotic when the truth starts coming out in a chaotic manner. You thought it was all going to be sweetness and light when things were going to occur in 2012. And instead, you are discovering that it is also fireworks, anger, yes, joy. But things are happening that should not be happening. Dear ones, think of your physical body. Have you ever had a boil? Have you ever had something that has grown in your body and causing pain? The only way to release it, or most of the only ways to release it, is to lance the boil. And when you lance the boil, all of the stuff you call pus comes out. It is that which you do not want. Every human being has collected within them an emotional boil of stuff that needs to come out. Some of them, in their life plan, let that stuff out by having things that occur which are painful, losing jobs, ending relationships. Other people, the stuff comes out because the boil is lanced by their dismay at what is happening. And they discover the doubts that were hidden within them. And there are doubts, are there not? There are doubts about yourself, and are you doing what is needed to be done? There are doubts about, does the Creator really know what the Creator is doing? Are we really loved? Is there really a powerful force called love with wonderful beings that are of love that can assist us. Those doubts come in. Doubts come in about, I'm doing everything that I thought I was to do, and yet it doesn't seem to be working. Yes, they come in. There comes a time, and this is where surrender comes in, that you release, you surrender your will. Just imagine will in some form. Maybe your will is recognized within this can of water this one has. And to release it because you wanted a yellow can, not a green one, or you wanted a pink can, not a green one. And you hand all of your doubts, you hand all of your fears to the hands, the energy, the love of the Creator. Surrender means that you quit trying to make it the way that you want it to be. And you ask when you surrender to the Creator, to whatever name of God that you use, whatever spiritual tradition that you use. It does not matter whom. And you hand that over and you say, not my will, but thine be done. And you listen more closely. Energy knows when it is truly a surrender of love, not a surrender of giving up. We do not ask you to give up learning about yourself. As a being of love, you are an amazing being of love, and you are exactly where you created yourself to be right now. You want to blame someone for that? Oh, go talk to your soul self. Thank your soul self because you are at the precipice of an even deeper awareness of who it is that you truly are. You are at the precipice of discovering that if you put your foot over the cliff, you will fly. When you have your body, your mind, your spirit, and place that into the hands of the Creator. Everyone will do it differently. You will find differences when you do that. Some of it is the differences of discovering that you're not who you thought you were. Some of it is in the differences of discovering that you have held on to things that you did not need to hold on to. And when you release those things and you accept being in the hands of love, you will discover the power that you are. The Creator did not create wimps. The Creator created manifestations of love who are strong, who can gather everything within them and be who they truly are. Whether they are monks, as in you do things internally, or whether you are activists, whether you proclaim words or you open doors, you make it your choice in life to just stand there at doors and open the doors for anyone who comes in. Or whether you stand there and you hear someone berating someone else in line and you turn to them and say, no, you are love incarnate. Act like it. You are the power and presence of God. Act like it. Be in a place of love. I have much more to say, but it is time in the earth realm to go. So perhaps we will continue this over the weeks. My love to you. It is always there. You are always in my womb. You are always in the Father's heart. And you are always the amazing creation of the Creator. And I am Amma, the Divine Mother of the Divine Mothers, and I am your mother. So this is Kathy, and when she said she was going to talk about surrender, I had no idea she was going to say what she said, but I think it's something that either listen to it more than once or to read it. You know, I'm putting in new links where you can have a chance to read an unedited transcript of this. I hope those of you who would like that have found that helpful. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much.
Blessings.
Thank you all. Thank you,
Bye.
Kathy. Bye-bye.